Good evening. Ira Epstein with your Metal Market Wrap-Up, and this wrap-up is for Wednesday, the 19th of October, 2022, just getting on to 6 p.m. Central Time. In the past 10 minutes, I just finished up doing a live show in Australia on Sky Business there. And, you know, one of the things I was pointing out is you don't want to be long the gold market or the copper or any of that at this point in time. Why? Strong dollar, too strong of U.S. interest rates, and we don't really know what China's even going to do yet, so the other part of that equation. As for gold, you know, I was looking just recently, can it get to 1626 to 1628? I'm just about there. So that's a big number for me, and because you hit an objective doesn't mean that you're suddenly bullish. It's just getting down to it. So why would you want to own gold when you've got a 2-year note at 4.5%, and you got a dollar that's just under the 113 level? I don't get it. You're not going to tell me the war in Ukraine is going to pick anything up. It's been going on for months. It hasn't done it. You can't tell me that inflation, which is still very sticky and strong, I think you'd agree with that at least, hasn't picked it up. So what's going to pick it up? You got to stop interest rates from going up. It's obvious. And the dollar's got to start breaking. Then the gold has a shot. You know, could it rally before that in the anticipation? Yeah, but every time it's tried that, it's been thrown back. There are times in markets where you want to let the market finish a move and start a new one and come in as you're right after the fact. You don't want to catch that hot knife. You got your slippery, buttery fingers, and you're going to do it. You're not going to do it. You know it. I know it, and I've tried it. It doesn't work that way, okay? You're better off being late. That's the way to think about it, all right? Futures trading is that, trading. This isn't investing. This is about trading. Trading is not necessarily in and out in a 2-minute period, okay? I have clients that do that. I have clients that'll hold the positions for weeks. I have clients that'll buy silver, and they do that, or gold, and they take delivery of it, okay? So it's everything. Been through the whole gamut, done this 53 years now. Seen all different ways of doing it. But let's get into the chart action. The charts don't lie. Does anything on this chart look bullish to you? I mean, if you're a bottom picker, maybe you see it, but I think that if you brought anybody in, the tide of events is still to the downside. The market is honing in on that 1625, 28 level, right in here. That's what I'm looking for. We might even get it tonight. You never know. The trend has been lower highs on the swing line, lower lows. Swing lines are the coolest tool. If, you know, they're in my charting software, maybe one of these days I should let you, I'll put together a formula, and you could basically, maybe I'll do that, get a formula for you and send it. You can put it on your charts and use it. Maybe I'll give it to my subscribers because a lot of you use other charting services. If you'd like that, write me on YouTube, or, you know, send me an email at Ira Epstein. It's I Epstein instead of Ira Epstein. I Epstein at Linn, LLC, okay? If there's a big calling for it, I might do something like that. Why not? So in looking at it, until you get back over 1674.30, the trend is still to the downside. As I look at how the market is falling apart here, okay, 1632, now you're coming into these lows. I can see that. Where's the support? It's at the Bollinger Band. So it's in between these lows and the next $10 that if you got there right away, I'd be telling traders with a beep into the rib cage, hey, lift some of your shorts in the market. Okay. The gold-silver ratio just went flat, but basically silver is still weaker than gold. If it got stronger than gold, the numbers would fall. You'd need less ounces of silver to buy an ounce of gold. This represents how many ounces in a perfect world without a markup of any type. You take in your basket that you took out of your grocery store, and they're looking for you, and you're probably going to get arrested, but it's full of silver and going like that. You're going down the mall, and there's that beautiful man that doesn't charge a commission, and he's running a gold-silver shop, and he says, come on in. Okay, I'll give you 88.78 ounces of silver for an ounce of gold, or you give me 88.7 ounces of silver, and I'll give you an ounce of gold. That's basically what it is. When you look at the silver, does anything look bullish here? No. Is it oversold? Absolutely. Is it trying to embed where the blue line and the red are going sideways under 20? Not yet. When that occurs, you generally get another thrust to the downside. You're not getting that. So would I be wanting to get you bearish here? No. But is there any reason to be long? None. In the copper market, by Sunday, we should know the new makeup, apparently. This is what I was reading in the news today, of who President Xi, when he gets his third term, he'll be president for life until he decides he doesn't want to be. That'll be it. I also heard that they're building an internment camp now. It's going to be 35 acres, so if you get COVID, they're going to send you to a camp. Does this sound like a country that you want to keep your supply chains at? The only supply chains I would keep there are the ones that I can count on, that if I don't get the product from them, it's okay, I've got another source. Anything else, as an American, I would tell you, as a businessman, I would tell you, as a European businessman, I would tell you, run away from China. They think they're right. They're going to stay with this policy. And what they've effectively done is said, you adjust. This is how we're running our country. As a businessman, you can't. If you think you can, well, then you have found a unique way to do it. And congratulations, like I just said. Then you have another source also as a backup. Most people don't. That's been the problem that we've had. But that's where I'm at. How could you be bullish copper on that thinking? It's very difficult. I haven't seen one word coming out of the Congress so far that says what they're going to do with the property nightmare. So it keeps me on my toes because it doesn't mean they're not going to say something. So I think you're just caught in the sideways action here as we're marking time as that Congress marks its way down and we're all waiting to hear something on what they're going to do for the economy. Hearing that they're building these camps, 35 acres for this? Are you kidding me? Whoa, that is not what I think any of us wanted to hear. Then I look at the platinum, bearish still. Lower highs, lower lows. Well, what scares me about platinum, palladium, even the copper, some of these markets, is the London Metal Exchange at any day is going to make a decision. Do they wish to still take Russian metals for a hedge? If not, you can get a short squeeze. Now, I don't know that it affects American copper prices. That's what we're trading here. It certainly would affect European prices. So you want to watch this. People don't want to deal with Russia. They're going to run from it as much as they can. Russia has made its mind up. It's going to be with Pakistan, India, China, Iran, Venezuela, North Korea probably. That axis, if you will. I wish them the best. The problem is you have to wean yourself off of everything of theirs, and you can't. I mean, they are one of the largest producers of wheat in the world. They are one of the largest of the energy producers. They have vast amounts of minerals that they can work with. I mean, it's a commodity-rich country. There's no question about it. The problem is they have a man running it that is misguided. Maybe that's the right word without saying anything else. I read today in the papers that the military, U.S. military, is now running studies. What happens if Putin says fire a weapon and the generals under him don't? They balk. How do we warm up to them? How do you do things? I'm not saying that will happen, but you've got to have all the contingencies. When I take a look next at the, did I cover palladium? I don't think so. Palladium, well, you're getting to the area where you want to be covering shorts now. You hit the Bollinger Band. Rally should find some resistance at what was support, the 100-day average, and however far it wants to go to the downside, it'll go. Ultimately, you're going to want to own all these. The time isn't now. Why? Because we're still at that point where we don't know where the tipping point is, where we can say we're done with certain things. We're not there. We still have interest rates going higher. We have a Fed that's going to raise rates, and they don't know when they have to stop raising rates. That is not what makes a bottom. In the dollar index, tell me you're not just drifting here as the market is waiting for the next shoe. The probable next shoe now in this, I've been thinking about it, It's got to be that the market next week is going to look, what's the ECB do on the 27th? They'll have their meeting. They're probably going 75 points, maybe 100. They don't like to get ahead of the curve. They like to stay behind it. So it's probably 75. We're going to go, from the looks of it, 75. I don't see any reason to go for 100. I haven't seen any report that says do that. And then I think we wait and just see what the CPI and the jobs data comes out, and it'll move off of that. And then you got 30 days before you're wondering, is the Fed going to say we don't need 75, we go to 50? Or will they disappoint and say, we need 75. My instinct, because we're going to get, I think, a year-end rally, is they'll go to 50. The market will say, even though it's a rate hike, it's not as bad, and the market goes. You know the game plan that I have. It does not mean I'm in the market playing for it. I wait. If it sets up, I'll be pissed if I don't catch it. If it doesn't set up, fine. I won't anticipate it. I'll go with it. There's a huge difference if I can catch the timing of that. Now, a couple of the other things that I want to remind you of. You know, we have great publications. We work with different groups. Modern Trader has been one of them. They used to be Futures Magazine, and they have some articles that you just don't get anywhere. Okay, profitable trading strategies, and they called it in any market. I didn't write the articles, they did. But I have been showing these for years. I have read them. I believe in them. I think they're good. They will lead you to other things that you will do. Price action trading. Okay, so you're looking at groups and zones. You see me do that all the way in this market. I'll point to a stepping ladder in the market. Flat base pattern. Gee, do you think that might sound a little bit like when you get those Bollinger Bands together? I'm trying to just give you an idea that that isn't what it is completely, but it's so darn close. And remember, I've done this for years. These articles aren't brand new. It's right there. I read an article today that was giving you the 7 stages of where the market is before you reach capitulation in a bear market. I wrote those articles many years ago. This is a better one that I wrote. So you get those. They're interesting. You want to keep up with them. All right, times change. I've gone into videos rather than writing. I find it so much easier, and I can get so much done in a 5 to 20-minute video that it would take me forever to write. Go to our website under free offers. You can also come right up here at any point, right up there. Move your cursor. You'll see an icon appear. Give it a click, and away you go. It'll take you right to where you can sign up for the free offers. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a great evening. I'll see you tomorrow.